April 17th, 2015, Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
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 I'm sorry. What did you say, Yvette?
How's everybody doing?
Excellent.
Tired.
What's done is done. What isn't, isn't.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, I'll be working on tax returns this weekend for my, I was saying this morning, my Shanghai China client is trying to get his wife in the U.S. and have to have the last 3 years' tax returns by April 20th. So, of course, he hasn't done it for about the last 7 years. So,
How do you get these clients, Dennis?
just lucky. Well, actually, it was kind of odd because his wife, his ex-wife lives in my area, and he visits his children once a year. And so I met him about 7 years ago when he was visiting his children. And so we have to Skype. You know, he has he's like 15 hours ahead of me, so it's like such a oddball time. I can only get him in the early morning or the late evening, you know.
Early morning or late evening, so you have to get up early or stay up late. Are you a late person or an early person?
Kind of both. I take a nap around 4 to 5, so I sort of recharge my battery.
Got it. Got
After
it.
about 10 o'clock, my brain kind of leaves for the day, though.
Well, I am recovering from people asking me odd questions. This year seemed to be the worst. I mean, every year around this time of year, people wake up on the 13th or 14th and decide, oh, I haven't done my taxes for the last 20 years. Let's see if we can fix that now.
I was getting calls on the 14th and 15th asking if I could do the
That's
taxes.
funny. I can so relate to that, Gina.
Oh. You know, the last guy, he was so over the top, so over the top. I thought it was a prank call, and I almost felt like telling him, my magic wand is broke. I'm sorry, I have nothing that I can do for you. I cannot wave a magic wand and make all your problems go away. But I will say, if you continue to do the same thing, expect the same results. So these guys want me to fix them, make the problem go away, and they don't want to change a thing about what they're doing. They have reasons they're doing it, and they're not going to change. Silent. That's my rant. I'm done and over with. It's after tax season. On to the next projects.
Well, I was getting calls from people that wanted me to, if I could do their taxes like on the 15th, and this was like the 14th. And I
Right.
said, you'd be like jumping the line. I mean, my other clients are, you know, been waiting, so I can't let people just sort of crowd in, you know.
You know, why penalize your clients that are doing all the right things, that are doing, you know, getting info to you on time, for those that wait until the last minute?
Yep. These are very clients anyway, so.
I got a question that probably everybody can answer. I should know this answer, but do people that file an extension, do they get penalized for that?
What the deal is that what an extension does is that normally if you don't file by April 15th, there's a 5% per month up to 5 months, or 25% of failure to file penalty, which is on if you owe money as a platform. If you don't owe any money, then it doesn't really make any difference. It's when you owe money that it comes into effect. And all it really does is that it kicks off until October 15th, so you can avoid the failing to file penalty. But if you don't file by October 15th, it's as if you had never had the extension to begin with. What's really kind of brutal is if it's like an S corp or a partnership, where if a failure to file penalty is $195 per per member or partner per month, I think up to a year.
Ooh, that can be a little hefty.
That can be pretty brutal, so you got to make sure that those extensions get filed because that's pretty expensive, especially if you have like 4 or 5 partners in the partnership.
Absolutely.
You're looking at some big bucks.
And I see Sarah made it here today. Yay! You're muted, Sarah.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you for the link.
Oh, where did you find it?
From your chat.
Oh, okay. You know,
Yeah.
because I invited you personally. I invited you with the group, and none of those notifications came through, huh?
Not that I saw. I had to go find your page. Then I finally found the link. But then when you sent me the link is actually, I mean, not the link to join. I wrote that yes, I'd be joining, and then you sent me the link, and I was able to join that way.
Okay, okay. The other person that said that they were going to come on this weekend was Bruce. We haven't seen Bruce McFarlane in forever. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's kind of wondering what's going on with him.
Yeah, have you talked to him, Gina?
Well, I just got a little notice from Facebook that said, I'm planning on going on vacation after the 15th, and I will be there on Friday.
Wow, okay.
Well, maybe he's
That would
vacation.
explain why he hasn't answered my email yet.
Pardon me?
Access.
I said that would explain why he hasn't answered my email yet.
Uh-oh. He's on vacation. He forgot
That's okay, I
about it.
expected it.
If it's on here, you could ask him. But
Yeah.
I think it's pretty
I
cool.
just need a letter. I'm up for an award, and I need him to write me a letter.
Oh, cool. What award, Rhonda? Do
It's
tell.
it's top 500. It's basically 500 or the top 500. Oh, you know what? Wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm doing 2. It's 40 under 40, and this is my year to win because I'm 39, turning 40 this year.
Wow.
I have to win.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Anything we can do for you, post.
Yep.
Oh,
We'll vote.
it just needs a letter of verification from my accountant, so I'm just waiting.
Oh,
But I knew he was busy during tax time, and then I figured he'd go away after tax time.
By the way, Rhonda, I love your guys' website. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Your husband does very good work.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, just so you all know, it's the 21st. If you do have a website, the 21st is the deadline to make it web compliant because they are changing it.
What do you mean?
The way that you see it on your phone
Uh-huh.
will be different. Basically, we were web compliant, but now they've changed the regulations. So
oh my gosh. I haven't even got my website up the way I like it.
Well, I
We're
have a meeting.
certain, I'm in the process of changing my website to a mobile-friendly WordPress theme.
yes.
And I'm going to get the X theme. So I've got to do that this weekend.
Yeah, I've actually paid somebody to do it because I am busy.
Well, I'm buying the X theme, and then I'm going to pay them to install it. I don't know, they're going to have a hard time putting the stuff that's on it over there. I can put stuff back up because I don't have that much on it anyway. So
I'm getting a new bed tomorrow, so I have to remove my old bed, and that ought to be fun.
Hey,
We
James.
got chickens yesterday.
You pardon me?
I guess they're not chickens, they're chicks. Yeah, 2 baby chicks.
Oh, how cute.
Wow. Wow.
My son wants to raise them and get
Okay.
eggs.
I heard they're hard to raise.
You know, that's funny because I've only had them for a day, and they are the sweetest things. You go out there, you cuddle them like a little baby.
Aww.
They have a feeding bowl and a whatever, and that's it. I mean, I change their bedding just like you would, I don't know, it's kind of like my husband, you know, you just change the
Then
bedding.
you get some fresh eggs.
Exactly.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
So that's my news.
So James, what is Kanmishi?
Konnichiwa is Japanese.
Oh, okay. And I guess that means hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, James.
Or kind of like hello, yeah.
And my daughter's taking Japanese at college.
All right.
We'll have to have her on the show, Dennis, so that she can translate for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
She's teaching swimming right now. She's a lifeguard.
Oh, wow.
She's like a high school student, but she's taking college classes at the college. They have a thing called Running Start, where you can take your last 2 years of high school at college and get college credit.
Nice.
Yvette's daughter is much into anime.
Yeah, she does like anime. She's drawing it, but she's not allowed to watch a whole lot of it either. I mean, some of it's not appropriate, but there's quite a bit there too that she likes to watch, like a lot of the Studio Ghibli.
Sure.
They're really neat. And she's got a couple books, and she's drawing and creating her own anime characters.
Did you ever watch those links that I showed you, sent to you?
Yes, and we liked them. And
Okay.
yeah, sometimes we get on there and check out some others too. It was great.
Yeah, they're clean.
Yeah, they are. How's everything going, James?
Oh, I had a client from Hades the other day,
Oh, really?
and they're thinking I can create all these transactions in a new file within 2 hours.
Oh,
Your magic wand's broke.
Yeah.
Well, if you need anybody to back you up, James, we're here for you.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing how easy it is to make a mistake, but how long it takes to correct it.
Exactly. I mean, it took them quite a long time to make up the file so messed up.
No.
When did they bring it to you?
Just this last week.
Of course.
Weren't they able to do a tax return or something?
Their tax return's all messed up as well.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
That's not surprising.
This has been the worst year for that for me. People waiting until the last moment and then thinking that, oh, you don't need to take a lot of time, just fix it.
I have a colleague of mine who's thinking of getting out of doing cleanup work because she's so fed up with, how long it takes to, the lack of appreciation. Plus, she really can't make any money because people are always upset as how
Right.
price.
Yeah, now I kind of understand why they were telling me that the other people that were working on their books didn't communicate with them. Because these people are unrealistic on what they expect.
Well, I think part of that's the way it's marketed too.
Sure.
Well, the other thing that's really interesting is people think that when you download from the bank that you can go back a whole year real easily. They don't understand that the banks usually only allow like a 30, 60, or 90-day download. And then some of them even want to go back 2-3 years. And they think that all these transactions are going to come in with who the money came from for all the deposits and what category it was on the chart of accounts for all the checks out. And I'm going like, well, how would your bank know that? Your bank doesn't know any of those things. Like, oh, I never thought of that. The ads make it look so easy. And I said, well, yeah, because they want you to buy the program.
Right, right.
And I don't know if you guys, when I download after couple downloads, maybe after 10 downloads, I get some corruption.
Wow.
Not with the older versions. Like I have a client on 2013. I never get corruptions on 2013. Anything 2014 and 2015, constantly, it drives me insane. And I don't know, I called into it, and they try to clean up this one file, and we're still having issues.
What kind of?
I don't know what's going on.
What do you mean by corruption? Duplicate entries or?
Well, no, I get these error messages, okay? So, like, one of my clients, they have, like, probably on a typical month, they probably have about 600 transactions, okay, for one.
That may be what the problem is. I don't know that Intuit can handle more than 500 at a time.
Well, it's not only that. I even have clients that have a lot less than that, and I get error messages. And then what happens is for each transaction that you feed through, it gives you that error message for each one. You have to say, okay, or X, and you're doing it like several times.
has it, like, I had it triple up on me. For 2014, I had the bank feed, all of a sudden, I went from, like, whatever I brought in to tripling that number, and then the next time I closed out the file and went in, and the next time I went in, it was fine, but every one of them was slightly different. I had to change the names.
I'm curious, Yvette, what bank is it from?
One is Wells Fargo.
I've heard Wells Fargo's downloads have corrupted many people.
Really?
Yeah, from different CPAs I know. They had all these problems with
America.
Who is your bank, Sarah?
It's a credit union here, actually. It's
A local?
Yeah, a local one.
What kind of files? Is it like a CSV or is it a QV?
Yeah, that's all that it is. It comes in as a CSV.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But I noticed that on the older versions of QuickBooks, even though I don't like to work with anything past 2013, I mean, earlier 2013, so I purposely did not upgrade some of my 2013 clients to the newer versions because of that.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I still have somebody on 2012, and that's probably where we'll be staying. I wanted to upgrade him to QBO, but when we went on his bank site, on the website for his bank, we couldn't find the download for QuickBooks QuickBooks format. The bank had made a decision. They called it for financial reasons that they were no longer offering QuickBooks downloads.
What?
That's interesting.
That's weird.
It is, and I think that they must have had a lot of people calling and asking about that, because why would they have this weird answer like, we made a financial decision that we weren't doing it?
On Monday, if you want, there's a great sale. I can get Pro for $150 instead of $300 on Monday and Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's talking, James?
Yeah. Me. Yeah.
And you said you can get QuickBooks Premier for
Pro, not Pro, Premier, Pro.
Oh, are you getting that from Intuit?
Yes.
Okay, because Amazon's at $190.
So Gina, what's with your ongoing saga of the enterprise client that was having data corruption?
Oh, they've already switched over. Actually, they went to Sage. They went to Sage, yeah. They actually, Intuit told them that they were too big. Then they were the people that hit the 500. Actually, they had 500 automatic invoices being created, reoccurring invoices every month. They had a service program that people pay them a certain amount of money every month, and they had all of these invoices set up, and they kept having printing problems. Like, it would only print 300 and stop, and then all of a sudden after that, more corruption, and Intuit came back and said, we can't handle any more than 500.
This was enterprise, right?
That's probably my problem.
That was enterprise, right?
That was enterprise.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
How much for enterprise?
Pardon me?
What price did you get for enterprise?
I'm sorry, James.
You said that was enterprise. How much? The cost?
How much was how much did enterprise cost? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm not sure. They were paying for a service plan. They were on the monthly plan before the monthly plan came out.
Oh, wow, okay.
So they were paying thousands of dollars to Intuit.
Wow.
Yep.
Did that include hosting?
No, they were on a network service or server. They had in-house, I think that they had like 20 computers.
Oh, okay.
And then they had like another 3 or 4 people logging in from outside using the remote desktop thing.
Sure. Right.
But Intuit just came back, and plus they had inventory, and they had a huge payroll. They had over 50 people on payroll. So there were so many transactions coming in and links and whatever, even though they were technically in the limits of the enterprise solutions, collectively they were doing too much.
Oh, okay.
So they
There's
moved over
probably
to
some
Sage.
conflicts between, I'll bet you there's some conflicts between the different programs that were causing part of the corruption. You know, if you
Well, you know, that was part of it too. They had gone to, I'll call it a timekeeping system. They had it was a lot like T-sheets, where the guys that were out in the field were logging in and logging off on this timekeeping program, and then once a week the program would sync to QuickBooks, and it would put in each of the employees and the jobs. And it worked wonderfully from the timekeeping, but it was so much information that it would corrupt QuickBooks. The timekeeping program was fine. QuickBooks just couldn't handle all the information coming in. So,
Gina, did you see Larry's comment?
can't make your video camera work, Larry?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can hear
Yeah,
you.
we're fine.
Yeah, I can see and hear you guys, but for some reason I clicked the little icon for the camera on and off and nothing happens.
Doesn't want to, huh? The dragon wants to lurk today,
I
Larry.
guess. I guess I could try rebooting, but then by that time,
Yeah. The only thing I can suggest is going out and coming back in.
yeah, I did that once. And
yeah, I just
One
told
of the things that I learned in
when I first logged on, I kind of froze up, so I don't know.
Yeah, I saw it, and I think Google's acting finicky today.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy stuff happening. I'm sorry, Linda.
I was just going to say, when I first started using Google Hangouts, when I would come on, I would turn the camera on, and what I didn't understand is when I would come into Google Hangout would turn the camera on.
Yeah.
So when I clicking on the camera, that would end up turning it off.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's how, well, that was 2 years ago, so I don't know whether that's how it works now or not. So
I can try. I seen a note on the side from Joanne that she was having trouble too. And then there was a little note that said she was
Here.
she couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
okay.
So she was removed from the
Yeah, it
video
said
call?
removed.
Why?
So
Wonder
Yeah,
what happened to Joanne. Oh no, now we lost Sarah. She got bumped out.
and what was funny, what happened to me this week, I was on a webinar, one of those CPAacademy.org webinars yesterday morning. I had 3 webinars in a row. And in the middle of the second webinar, between 9 and 10 p.m., all of a sudden my computer rebooted and installed all these Windows updates.
Oh,
And when I got back on 5 minutes later, I typed in the chat box, you know, well, this was interesting, you know, my computer just rebooted and installed a bunch of Windows updates. And then, not more than 5 minutes later, the guy putting on the webinar had the same thing happen. He said, oh my God, at least I had a warning that it could happen.
wow, and it didn't give you the ability to do it later.
No,
That happened to my system this morning. Same thing.
when I went in that morning, it gave me the opportunity to do it later. And so I just said later. And evidently, it only gives you so much time, and it had given me all the time. And so I
Because
just,
you can't wait anymore. We're going to pull the plug, no matter what you're doing, and interrupt you.
What keyword? Mac.
Yep.
I have a client that says the fastest PC he's ever had is a Mac.
Yeah.
He's using Parallels.
I just ordered my iWatch, so now I have an iMac, an iPhone, iPad, iWatch.
Yeah,
I'm changing my name.
Nice. Do you like your watch?
I haven't got it yet.
Oh, okay.
Pre-order.
Pre-order. That's it.
How much do they run, Rhonda?
What?
How much they cost the phone?
I got the one that was $350. It's just the
Okay.
sports one. The reason I decided just to get that one is it's first model, so I don't want to put out all my money for a nice one. My next one will be about $7. I think it was $650. Plus, they're going to update the iPhone again, so I want to be able to. I like to have everything,
Yeah, I hear you.
a little bit of everything.
Nice. So you will always be plugged in no matter where you are.
Yeah, literally.
I bought a Pebble like Seth has. It's kind of nice to be able to get the notifications on your watch, especially like I've got a thing called Umail where I get a transcription of the email or the voicemail, and so I can read it on my watch without having to look at my phone.
Yeah, I just signed up for a new voicemail service. I finally had to give up on Ring Central. I was very sad.
That's a
But
shame.
And yeah, it is because I've been with Ring Central for many years.
That's what I thought. A lot of people have.
Why'd you give up
Yeah,
on it?
I gave up on them because most of my calls I was not getting, and I had a lot of past clients that would email me and go, "We can't get through to your voicemail."
That
And this
is
went on
bad.
this went on for 2 months, and I finally their excuse was it's not their system, it's my client. And I said, well, it can't be the client because I tried it and it did the exact same thing to me. And they couldn't fix it, and they wouldn't fix it, and I can't handle that. I mean, I don't know how much business I lost. So I did go to a company called Grasshopper.
Oh, I've heard Grasshopper's
You
very.
know who recommended that was it John? Remember that Rhonda? Were you on Seth's Hangouts in the morning like last year?
Last year, I don't remember it, but
Okay, because there's Gina. Remember, what's the guy's name? He's out in Southern California. John. He's also friends with Sarah.
Okay.
And he used to be on Seth's show all the time, and he uses Grasshopper. He recommended that to me. I forget what his name is. Remember, he hardly had any hair, and we were all for Halloween with the hats. He was one of them.
See the one with the nonprofit clients?
Pardon me?
See the one with the big nonprofit
Yes.
client?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know you're
I'm gonna have to
talking
go back and look.
yeah.
A lot of disc jockeys use Grasshopper, and I have a advertising agency that uses Grasshopper.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so far, I mean, they're bringing my other number in. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ring Central almost took my assistant and I to make any changes in it. It was very difficult. Grasshopper, I was able to literally, and I am not kidding you, 15 minutes is all it took for me to set it up.
Wow.
And I did it by myself because my assistant was sick that day. And if I can do it, then anybody can.
right.
And it doesn't matter how big or small you are. It's nice because for me, it can contact my husband on his cell phone. He doesn't have to be in the office, and then I don't have to have a phone in my office because I don't. And then if somebody wants to reach one of my project managers, it just goes directly to his cell phone. So it's affordable, and I mean it's $1 cheaper than Ring Central. That was it.
Well,
I mean,
they're all up in price, but
even if it was $1 more, I'd be okay with it.
right.
I looked into a lot of services, and I needed a lot of different features, and this one panned out.
Nice. Nice.
Now, if only T-Sheets would update their lunch deduction, I'd be happy.
Still waiting for that. That's been over a year.
They say it's supposed to happen this year.
Okay. Well,
I would have thought that would have been like the easiest.
When were they on? Was it the beginning of last year? 2014?
Yeah. Because I actually signed up for them
Oh.
right after And they've made some great improvements, I will be honest with you. And they are literally a very good customer service employee company. I mean, you know, it seems like everybody's very happy and I like what they do. I just need this one update.
I've been waiting very patiently for a long time.
Yeah, my husband's even getting impatient.
Aw. But I do like T-sheets too. I got the certification. I took the certification.
Is that basically a job costing system?
Pardon?
Is that basically a job costing?
It's a timekeeping system more than job. Well, it does do job costing, but it's timekeeping. You log in and out by your mobile phone.
Okay. But it assigns costing jobs.
You get the hours, and you know how many hours are going to which job and what service item, and then if you put in the dollar value, then you can calculate job costing.
Okay. Okay.
Gina, you know the name of the guy that I was talking about? It's Tim Hughes.
That's right.
Oh, got it. Yes. Okay.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. I never see him anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have disappeared off of our shows.
Yeah, I think he might have. I know he was talking about having his own little show, but I don't know if that's what he's doing.
We'll have to get Seth to ping him.
Yeah.
Where's the tax guy that hates CPAs?
The tax guy that hates CPAs.
That's Bruce. That's Bruce, isn't it?
Bruce, yeah, Bruce.
Yeah. Bruce, he was so busy. He's supposed to be on today, Gina was saying, on our show, on Gina's show.
Bruce, yes. Bruce was supposed to be on today. Miss Bruce.
Yeah, same here. And where's Sarah?
I hope she's not getting swatted.
I think Sarah probably wants to take a little break here. Last week was a little rough on her. And I really, truly do hope that...
Mother's still sick, so...
Well, I think that's going to be quite a while, actually.
That's exactly right, and that's kind of emotional, too.
That'd be very fatiguing.
Yes, yes, yes. But she was thinking that somebody on the Hangouts got a hold of her information, where she lived or whatever, and was targeting her. Oh, Rhonda has to leave?
Guess so. That's what she says.
Bye.
Bye, Rhonda. Good to see you.
Enjoy your new bed.
So, what else is happening? What is everybody looking forward to next week now that tax season is over?
Tax season's never over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dennis, it's not over for you until the 20th.
No, probably till June.
June? And then it starts back up for all the people you extended?
Well, I've got about 40 extensions I'm working on, so I figured that I've got about 15 that actually have the information, and I'll probably have to hound people.
Yes, you will.
Dennis, do you have more on extension this year than last year?
Yeah, well, what the deal was this year, there was a colleague of mine who basically abandoned her practice.
Oh.
Just shut it down, and she started referring her clients to me, and so I picked about maybe 10 or 12 of her clients, which was kind of nice.
Yes.
But it was pretty hectic. The smart sheet kind of really bailed me out in terms of keeping track of everybody, because I've been getting other referrals. I've gotten, I think a lot of CPAs and accounting people are retiring because I've had that in a couple cases where people just stopped doing it, and so people are kind of scrambling for an accountant.
Well, usually they don't just stop. Usually they prepare to stop.
Yeah.
And why not sell your business and get some money for it? I mean...
Well, yeah, I was kind of wondering about that, but she just basically, I don't know if she tried to sell it or not, but in some cases, the clients she was doing it for, it was a lot cheaper than what I would do it for.
Right.
So that might have been part of the problem. I don't know.
She wasn't charging enough.
Get out of accounting, do something completely different than accounting. So we were going to work together a couple years ago, but it didn't work out. So that's how we kind of made the connection. But I knew her from a QuickBooks meetup group too. But she's doing something completely different than accounting right now. So
What field she moved to?
I think it was like publishing, book publishing. I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So she's an
So
author now.
Who is
yeah.
all going to Scaling New Heights in New Orleans? Anybody besides me?
Say that again, Larry. I mean, James.
Scaling New Heights, New Orleans. Anybody
Who's
going?
going to Scaling New Heights? I thought about it, but I'm torn between QuickBooks Connect and Sleater this year.
Okay. I don't know why they keep them so close together.
I know. I only want to do one this year, and even though Scaling New Heights is closer, I want to meet some people that I know online and have become very good friends with, and so I've decided it's either going to be Sleater or QuickBooks Connect, and it depends on which one more people are going to.
I think if I had to choose one, either Xerocon or Scaling New Heights or Sleater, I'd choose Sleater because it's more balanced. I mean,
That's what I thought, but I'm hearing a lot more people saying they want to go to QB Connect this year.
Well, it seems like QB Connect kind of duplicates what Scaling New Heights does, except you don't necessarily have all the training. I mean, Scaling New Heights is a lot about training and networking, and the QuickBooks Connect, it seems like there's a lot of overlap.
Right.
Yes, there's a lot of overlap with any of them.
I mean, like
Sleater does cover more products than just QuickBooks stuff.
I think it's more generic, it's more global, or it's more of a stepping outside of a specific product and looking at the trends overall, what's going on in the industry as opposed to what's going on with the specific product.
Right.
I will say that wherever T-Sheets goes, they have major parties.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I don't know when they sleep, but they're all partying.
That is T-Sheets
Well,
integrated.
they hire young people.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. There's
I got paid for them like at 10 o'clock at night to go up to hotel level and blah, 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 starting their happy hour.
bedtime at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, me too, Dennis. I'm right there with you.
And I don't drink that much. I mean, I drink maybe once in a while, like once a year, a glass of wine. So I'm not a drinker.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I don't drink at all, so it's like can't afford to lose the brain cells.
And there's that too.
Kind of feeling mental decrepitude setting in, so you just try to
Save what you can.
stave it off as much as possible. So don't want to accelerate it.
I don't know how those people do it. And they get up early, too.
They're young.
They're
They're
young.
young.
They're young. I
Yeah.
remember doing that when I was young.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we all probably did.
Let's see, what do they say? Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Well, this is their day.
Well, talking about back in the day, you guys watched the trailer for the new Star Wars?
No.
If not,
Oh, it's pretty cool.
is it?
Awesome. We'll have to check it out.
It's going to come out, I guess, in December.
Okay.
Great. My daughter loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to YouTube and look for a Star Wars trailer.
Okay.
Is this a new prequel, or is this after the last one, or where does this one fit?
It seems like it goes back to Luke Skywalker days.
Got it.
Cool.
And at the very end, they show a picture of Han Solo.
Ah, okay. I heard he's in it again. Not Han Solo, but the guy who plays him.
Oh,
Yeah, isn't
Harrison
Ford?
Harris. Yeah.
He's like in his 70s
Harrison
now.
Ford.
Yeah.
Wow, he's changed a little since then.
More wrinkles.
Yeah, they're even making a Blade Runner 2. If you guys ever saw Blade Runner, the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I read the book.
Wow.
I have an interesting. I got 2 new clients. One client is a makeup company where they buy inventory parts and then they assemble them together into kits, and they sell to a lot of beauty schools and that kind of thing. But they'd hired 2 different supposed QuickBooks experts who didn't know what they were doing at all, and they would enter bills and for their vendors of just inventory parts cost of goods sold. They didn't say what they were buying. They didn't say the items they were buying. And so you can't then assemble the items into the kits and the assembly items. And
Wayne, what's happening?
What is that?
I don't know.
Sounds pretty cool, though, whatever it is.
Not me.
Phone
Sounds
ringing.
like me.
Dwayne's phone.
I think it's yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's it. Blame Dwayne.
It was like something close encounters of the third kind.
Right.
So that poor lady spent like over $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure these people thought they were doing the right thing, but they just made a big mess. So
How are you going to clean that up then? What is your method?
Whether to clean it up or not, and I told her it would take me. She paid me for I think 2.5 hours of figuring out what if anything had been done and what if anything hadn't been done. Because the lady told her that she reconciled all the bank accounts. Well, nothing's reconciled. There's no deposits in there. There's nothing that she sold is in there. There's no sales receipt. And that's supposed to come in from another company called, oh, what was that company called?
What does the bank account look like on QuickBooks then? Is it
It has
overdraft?
a bunch of checks written out. It's like minus $100,000.
Oh yeah, I think in the overdraft there's no deposits.
Well, I said, all you have to do is look at this balance of a minus whatever. That's not your bank balance. Hello.
Right, exactly.
Well, I would guess she was probably running a loss on her income statement, wasn't she?
So anyway, but she's thinking about what she's going to do. And I
So
say,
how long has she had her books this way?
well, supposedly she started last year. But the lady who came in between January and March was only doing from January to March. So there's very little in there. There's some things left from last year, which I told her, you have to get rid of all the stuff from last year because it's just totally screwing stuff up. But it looks like maybe there's just a page of, maybe 20 or 30 transactions that could be deleted easy enough. I said, but it's hard to know whether it's easier to just delete everything or start a new data file.
I wouldn't delete it, I'd make it void myself.
Well, the first thing you want to do is start with 12/31/13 financials, trial balance. Get that correct, make one big journal entry, and then start, or I'm sorry, 2014, start this year doing things correctly.
Right.
Does she have a large inventory list? Probably not, I would think.
No, she probably has 50 altogether items. So, and they buy a certain number, and then they make about 10 or 20 inventory assembly items.
And then they sell them.
Yes.
So they're not doing any part of the process correctly. Because the other thing is that
Well, they have a POS system too, which they don't like.
POS, and is that what should be bringing in the income that's not?
It should be the store income should come in from the POS, and that was never set up right. But she's got QuickBooks POS.
Aren't they
I
doing
kind of
the,
would like to get her somebody who's an expert at QuickBooks POS. I said QuickBooks POS usually works best with QuickBooks. I wouldn't. If you wanted to dump it and go to Bank of America's system.
Ruth Perryman is an expert at POS.
I know Ruth Perryman is so good at POS. I don't know if she'd do something down here or not, but I may refer that to her. But I have a cosmetics company, and our company runs really very well. But I set it up back in 2004. So, and I go in and reconcile it every month. So, but a more fascinating one is a client that is wrestling with whether to use QuickBooks and turn it into like a real estate company or to buy a real estate software program. And then
The real estate company, what real estate are they doing? Renting out properties or buying and selling?
They're basically brokers, and they usually they buy and they have buying agents and listing agents, and then dual agents. And the dual agent does both buying and selling, both listing and selling. And then they have leases too. They do leases and get commissions on leases. So I'm trying to set QuickBooks up, and I'm setting it up that they can get all this data from sales.
Linda, you froze right at where they're going to get their data from. Linda, come back to us. Okay.
Google's site, Tom's
Technology.
Ah, yes.
site.
Okay, Linda, we missed you. We lost you at they're getting their data from where?
I'm going. Well, they have it on a sheet of paper. They write it on a piece of paper. It's like and then put it in Excel. So it's pretty easy to follow, except that it's really interesting. If they have two people that are listing agents, they can't list both of them as listing agents because they don't want to count the sale twice. So I have to figure out how to handle that. And I'm not sure that can be done very well in QuickBooks. There's all these like special exceptions to the rule. But basically, I was going to do it with sales receipts.
Okay, got it.
Because I can do all the fields that way. It's pretty fascinating.
Are you going to use classes?
I set up classes, and the classes I set up were, I think, residential sales and leases and commercial sales and leases. So there's the residential and commercial, and then underneath residential there's two subclasses, a sale and a lease, and under commercial there's a sale and a lease.
There's a woman named Gita something down in Pennsylvania, I think it is. She's kind of a real estate expert in QuickBooks.
Who? Is it
Gita? I think it's Gita, G-I-T-A.
Okay, Gita Fox.
Yeah.
Can you
QuickBooks Connect.
Yeah. I think she's an expert on real estate, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
I know Seth David has done a bunch of those stuff too.
Seth is pretty knowledgeable about real estate.
But I think, for some reason, I thought Seth's was not the broker buying and selling other people's property, but people that own their own property that were buying and selling property they owned themselves.
Well, isn't his kind of like property management where you're
I
tracking?
thought, yeah, his was more property management,
This
rental
is not
kind of
property.
things.
No.
Using the job is the customer, the client, and it's kind of a weird relationship, you know, for.
Well, I know how to do property management because I've done, and I've talked to Seth, and Seth and I basically designed the same system.
Okay.
For doing that, because I've managed property since the early 90s. But this is very different because it's more sales. We put the customer name as being the street address.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the customer name.
Right.
Or is the unit of the apartment, and then for complex.
Because that's who you and they don't. I had originally wanted to put in the escrow company because they actually received the checks from the escrow company, but they said they don't need that information. So I said okay. So we just put in the street address, and then
You don't have to book the closing costs and all that?
no, because all of that the escrow company takes care of that. All we have to include is what the escrow company would 1099 them for. In other words, all the money that the escrow company sends to them as either the listing broker or the selling broker or the dual broker.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of that money, some then they take and keep themselves. Some gets paid to their agents. And sometimes they let the escrow company pay the agents directly. And I said, that's simple. We just put the money in as income into a clearing account and put it back out of a clearing account because you have to actually 1099 your agents for all that money. So, but I'm not sure what the lag time is between the agents earning their commissions and being paid their commissions. That's the only part right now that's kind of, I need to sit with her again to understand that. She pays some people weekly, and you have to obviously get all the sales receipts in first, because you have to have all the income coming in for which the sales rep is there. And I don't know, there isn't really any way to take a sales receipt and make 2 sales reps unless you make a sales rep that's both people. And we've done that in a couple of other companies I've used. But then it makes it almost impossible to do it 10
real estate bookkeeping. I used to do that, and I'm telling you, I don't do it anymore. It's like in and out and out and in, and it's all over the place. I just
Yeah, if you do that out and in, I always name the account in minus out equals 0, and I keep
I like that.
0, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Well, it's real hard to remember that because people forget.
I used to have a client that they owned properties all over the U.S. and they had a broker, in each state, and then they would wire that money. That the broker would call them during the auction, bid, and then they would immediately wire the funds.
Wow.
And trying to keep track of those wires and what properties to what broker. I mean, it was just way.
Right. Well, one of the things I just realized I need to do is I need to go online and I need to price the real estate software that she's thinking she could use instead of QuickBooks. And find out, is it 500? Is it 1,000? Is it 5,000? Is it 10,000? What is it?
Or is it monthly?
You compare apples and apples, and go from there. Really, basically, because she either wants to use one or the other, and I said that's fine. So we'll see. I'll know by the end of next week if I'm going to do it or not.
Right. Or she could use both.
She doesn't want to do that though. And
well, if she uses the software for the real estate, she still needs accounting stuff.
I said we could set up a real super system accounting thing in QuickBooks, but she says she's
real basic. She doesn't want to.
That's what she says, and I said okay. I don't fight with people a long time. What I do is I listen to them, I hear them, I say I don't think that's a good idea, and then when I finally and I let it go a little bit till we work on it, and then I put something to them in writing, saying that I'm putting this in writing because this is what I think you're going to think in a year, and I just want to have it in writing so you can look back and say, okay, oh, Linda said that to me.
Right, right. I've actually had people pull those memos out 3 years later and come and call me and say, you know what, this is what I want to do.
Absolutely. And I have so many people calling me, and somebody would call me the other day and said, oh, my tax guy said you'd retired. He says, oh, she's 70. She's retired. I said, well, I'm 70. But I'm not retired, and I don't intend on retiring. He said, that's what I told him. Anyway.
Right on, Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to contact James for some clients. Is the best thing to just use your email, James?
Yes, please.
Okay. They're going to want to do it probably on the phone when they finally buy it, but it'll be Monday or Tuesday because the deal's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
That's correct.
Okay, good. I've got a number of clients that just need one thing. So
okay, that's fine.
Very good. So.
Nice. Nice. So it was worthwhile for you coming on the show today, James.
Yeah.
It was. Well, the other thing...
I tried to reach that guy and I left messages, couldn't get a hold of him. The one that dealt with property management?
Yeah.
So I have been talking to that Gina Frost.
Yeah, is it Kita?
Yeah, Gina.
Yeah, Kita. She was at QuickBooks Connect. Did you meet her there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Pennsylvania, I believe, isn't she?
Yes.
She's not far from me somewhere.
Yeah, I think she's in Philadelphia or.
Yeah. She's pretty close to me. I forget exactly where, but I guess within driving distance, I would say.
Hmm.
There is an online version that works perfectly for my client, but the owner hates anything online.
Yeah, I want to ask you, I mean, we're supposed to be the professionals, advisors, and because I have changed my, the way I do business.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want all my clients, to be online. And one of the reasons, whether they're on QuickBooks Online or Xero,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to be desktop anymore. I have more access, online.
Right.
And when they come to me, like I had this one client, a 3 weeks ago, and he came to me. He had a QuickBooks for Mac. He owns a little shop out downtown, and I basically told him, when I looked at his file, it was, it was a mess. And so I just told him, this is what I advise, and this is the way I do business. If you would like me to do your books, this is what I can suggest. This is how I work. And so, you know what he told me? I wish I would have met you before I opened the doors.
Wow.
The other thing, I mean, the clients that don't want that, then I don't want to do business with them.
Yeah. As you get more experience, you kind of know how you want to work and what kind of clients you like, and
Right. Well, I think it comes down to the clients too. I'm seeing a big divide of what the clients think they need and what they really need.
Right.
Because what they say, the things that they say to me when I first start talking to them is not at all what I get at the end of the conversation.
That's right.
And then the other thing is they want to pay as little money as possible, and that's all part of it too. I understand that, but you get what you pay for. If you want to pay a cheap amount, you get a cheap service.
Amen.
Yeah, and now when they tell me that they want to engage, I send them my engagement letter, contract, all that right away, and I ask for a deposit. I usually, by looking at their books and the scope of work that's going to be done, I can usually tell what it's going to cost. And I give them this, and I have it in writing, and I also write things that aren't covered in that. And I just started that at the beginning of the year with this new plan. I mean, I've always done it with an engagement letter and so forth, but now it's like I give them kind of like a fixed price now, and that way there's no surprises for them. They like that. They're more likely to engage. So it's working out for me, and I know, like, if I'm going to do a conversion, it's not going to be that simple, and so it's going to take more time, so it's going to be a little costly. So that's how I am doing business now, and I kind of like it better that way. And my clients, I see the result too. They know now there's not going to be anything else extra unless certain things arise, which I have stated on the contract.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Well,
you need a client that is ready for that. Like I was telling Seth, I'm finding that there's a difference between startups and people that are ready to take their business seriously.
Yeah.
Startups think they can do it all themselves. They don't want to pay any more, not even $1 more than what they expect. A lot of them are unrealistic in what it takes to get the bookkeeping done. And, one of the ones that I've had recently had like $100,000 income coming in and realistically expected to pay a bookkeeper for 15 minutes a month. That's all they needed to do all of their entries was 15 minutes. I don't know what QuickBooks program they had, but mine takes 10 minutes just about to start up. So
5 minutes.
you got 5 minutes to get them entries in, and don't make a mistake.
Well, if what they were saying was true, they would need a bookkeeper 1 hour every 4 months. Because you wouldn't get somebody to do bookkeeping 15 minutes a month. So once every 4 months, the person would do the work in an hour.
How much do you think is that? That's accounting marketing where you watch QuickBooks Online advertisements, and you wouldn't even have any idea that you actually had to know some accounting to do your books.
Yeah, but you know what? She was someone that had a bookkeeper that she was paying $20 an hour, and the bookkeeper finally retired. She was doing it part-time, and she would come over and she would clean up this lady's office and do some bookkeeping, and there was no 15 minutes a month happening there.
A janitor slash bookkeeper combination.
Right.
So
So,
she start talking to me about, well, I don't want to pay this. I flat out tell them, well, I'm sorry, I've been doing this for a very long time, and it's value that you're getting with me, and that's what I charge. Period.
right, absolutely. But the clients that are ready to take their businesses seriously hear you and understand and are ready to work that way in a professional manner. It's the ones that are not taking their business seriously, and they want to not spend as much money as possible on accounting, that they can make it as cheap as possible, because accounting doesn't bring any business in.
That's right.
Yeah.
They don't realize that real accounting can help improve the bottom line, can help their profits. There's so much information that they could get that would help them with better management decisions. They would know what's working in their business better. They would know where to put their energies.
Right.
But they don't look at it that way. They want as little as possible done.
Well, that's the ultimate goal. It's an information system that you use to make good decisions on your business, and hopefully, if you don't have good data, you're gonna, it's hard to make good decisions if you got crappy data.
Well, that's my point. That's my point exactly. You pay someone a minimum amount of money, you're going to get a minimum amount of work. Is it going to be correct? Can you base your decisions on that? Or do you want to use somebody like a vet who's just taken control of it, and you know that it's right, and you can go on and get your reports, or even have a vet send the reports to you, at a timely manner, so you can make better decisions?
Well, hopefully after, say, a couple of years in business, you've been slapped around enough that you understand what's reasonable and what's not reasonable, and that you have more realistic expectations of what accounting can do for your business, because you're a survivor. I mean, if you're just going to be I call them employees as entrepreneurs, an entrepreneur with an employee mindset, this sort of create a little job for themselves, that it's really more of a lifestyle,
Right.
I agree with you, Dennis, completely. The other thing is the ego.
Yeah.
Ego can get in the way. One of the people the one that only wanted the 15 minutes a month in QuickBooks, I asked them about compliance and about doing 1099s, and they flat out stated to me, we do not do 1099s, and had no intention of doing 1099s now or ever.
Just hope the IRS doesn't find out.
Wow.
I'm sure the IRS really loves referrals,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do when you have clients like that? I mean, I've had a few clients that, I get right around 1099 season, right around January, okay, I pull up a report, I need to 1099 these people, I need to get a W-9, why they were never sent to me, and through the year, I've been sending my clients emails. I need a 1099. I always tell them, before you even pay them, you should request that W-9.
Absolutely.
There's pretty hefty penalties for not getting W-9s, isn't there?
But they don't know that until they're caught.
Well, you know what I've heard? I've heard the first time it's a slap in the hand, okay? Then the second time they fine you, something like that. They do fine you at one point or another, but the first time it's not as severe.
Well,
I think the problem is finding out whether or not people need to send out 1099s. Because if you're a vendor and you don't get a 1099, you're going to say, okay, that's fine. You're not going to call the people that paid you and say, I want a 1099. So who's going to tell? How would anybody know?
Well, I guess they would find out if somebody got laid off and wanted to collect unemployment and they weren't registered with as an employee with the state and also weren't getting 1099s. I think that.
Well, the other thing, if the IRS ever did an audit for another reason, and they start looking through the books, you know, and they'd like to know, okay, let's look at, you know, who you 1099.
Well, on the tax returns now, you have to make an affirmative statement that, you know, you gave out 1099s.
I appreciate that, Dennis. However, the people that are putting out the 1099s are paying people like you to do the tax return. So you're the one that pushes the button that says yes or no. All you do is ask them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like this particular client, they have some of their people there entering the bills. And so what he told me, I don't want you to issue the 1099s. I'm going to get so-and-so to do them. So then I said, well, in an email I responded, okay, whoever does it, I want a copy of the, you know, the 1099s. And I'd like to have a copy of the W-9s on file here. You know, it's just something that I always like having in case it's needed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, so, but I didn't hear back from them about that, so who knows what happened.
Right, right. You can only do so much. We are at the end of our hour today. Our day. Guess is there anything anyone else would like to talk about?
Well, I think I told you I'm on a Chromebook now, and this Hangout's gone pretty well for me in terms of booted off. And,
better than this morning.
Yeah, this morning was kind of weird, but
I think it was a Google problem, Dennis, this morning, not a Chromebook.
Yeah, I'm really starting to like the Chromebook.
Nice.
So you're using the Chromebook now. Very good.
Yeah, I mean, I can. Most of my stuff is online, so I can do my CRM, my time and billing, the smart sheet, smart vault, and I figured out a way to print from the Chromebook using the Google Cloud and linking it up with my network printers. And I saw there was a thing. I guess they have a Snagit for Chrome, which I'm going to practice with, because what I'll do is I'll take Snagit pictures and same as PDFs and then send them out. I did that with for clients that want to prove that I'd filed an extension form. I just took pictures and Snagit of, you know, the response from in my software, and then I just save as a PDF and send it out to the client.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, the Snagit to PDF is really quite useful.
Nice.
Dennis, do you have people that work for you, or do you just run it on your own?
Well, one-person show. I get to do all the admin, and I kind of like to fire my incompetent AR person, but unfortunately, kind of hard. Yeah, you know, you work so hard, you don't get the bills out, so it's kind of.
So it all falls on your shoulders. The buck stops with you, Dennis.
Yeah, the webmaster, the marketing person, the
He's cap, bottle washer.
Yeah, even the bookkeeper, which I always get behind on my bookkeeping with my own stuff. You know, it's not like the mechanic whose car is always out of tune. You know.
Right, right. Well, we were kind of talking about that before we started. I schedule my client appointments Monday through Thursday. Friday is my day to do my stuff.
Right.
However, if things happen to interrupt me with client work during the week, it spills over to Friday.
Yeah.
Friday is my client catch-up day and the day to do my stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably get caught up this summer, hopefully.
Job security.
I'm kind of curious whether they're going to have much wireless internet broadband when I'm up in Yellowstone and the Tetons.
Oh.
When are you going, Linda? When are you going to that trip?
That's the last week in June. So
nice.
It's Wednesday, June 24th through Tuesday, June 30th. And so I'm kind of curious whether I'll be able to come online with our group on Friday. And the Power Hour, the QuickBooks Power Hour with Michelle Long is on that Thursday. And I realize it's mountain time if I'm in the mountains. So.
You bet I downloaded that app for the Power Hour.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
like it.
Well, I mean, you played the videos.
I have
You
a
looked
question.
at the videos? Go ahead, I'm sorry, Dwayne.
Gina, I have a question for the group.
Okay.
I'm a film and TV production company in QuickBooks, and I wanted to know if you had any experience doing that.
Okay, repeat your question. You kind of broke up a little bit.
Okay, I'm in the process of TV and film production company. Okay, it's a startup.
Film and production.
Working with that type of business.
I do not have any experience with that. Does anyone? You know what? Seth might.
Yeah.
TV and film production is a startup business.
Tim Hughes.
Right. Yeah.
You have to keep us informed, Dwayne. You have to let us know how you make out with it. Looks like you're the pioneer.
Oh, I'll give you a status report, okay?
Okay.
Wayne, check out
It's a different chart of accounts, really.
Say it again?
It's a question of a different chart of accounts, isn't it?
No, then I Googled it, found an outfit that will give you a template, okay? But they also sell the company. I'm not sure if I should go that route or just get the templates and then fit them into a company file that I open up. You know what I mean? And they give you two types.
Well, you're going to have to try both of them to see which one works best, probably. And talk to the owners what kind of reports they want and need. So,
Yeah. I'm going to have to download all of it and then talk to the owners, right?
yeah, I usually just start from scratch and talk to the owner and then put it together. But I have a stable. I actually have 3 companies with a doctor, and he has a stable of horses that he breeds and he races. That's one data file, and we just made that up. You know, it has veterinary expenses and horse transportation expenses, things like that in it. And then his wife sells air filters, and there's their personal household data file.
Okay.
So,
Well, I think I'm going to try to work a hybrid. Try to. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
you're welcome. Call me if you want any. You want to bounce it off of anybody.
I definitely will. Because you're in California, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you in
Yeah,
California also, Dwayne?
yeah. Say it again.
Are you in California?
Yeah, I'm in Sherman Oaks.
Oh, yeah, we're close to each other. We could actually drive 60 miles and meet each other in the middle. Yeah, I'm in Upland. He's on the west side of the San Fernando Valley. I'm on the east side of the San Gabriel Valley. So.
Have you run out of water yet? Have you run out of water yet in California?
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Sounds pretty serious.
It's going to be real funny when we turn the water faucet on and nothing comes out, and people are going to go like,
Gosh, I hope not.
Take showers.
they want to set it up to do that just to scare the heck out of us. But the problem is if they did that, you'd get a lot of water in the pipes. And when you get water in your pipes, it kind of blocks the flow. You need to have a steady flow of water. And it would probably mess up the system too much to do that.
Like these galvanized steel pipes.
We have in my building we have copper pipes feeding. We had a copper repiping done, and but we have cast iron drain pipes, and the cast iron drain pipes rust from the inside out. They get very scaly and they catch things going out.
It's kind of like like your arteries getting clogged up. These galvanized steel pipes. I had that one. My house is like about 60
That's
years
why you
old.
want copper.
I had to have it. I had to have the whole thing repiped a couple of years, about 10 years ago. Put all copper pipes in.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thank you very much, Gina. Excellent hangout.
Yes.
My
that was-
pleasure, as usual. Everybody, we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Great weekend.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you
Have a
next
great
week.
weekend.